Sorry about that. Yeah, so we have posted a number of the recordings, just of these little nuggets, up on the blog site. I don't know if you've seen them. And there's just a couple more to add. There'll be this week's and last week's, Moksha's last week's. Yeah, so this morning I thought I'd talk just a little bit about a way of talking about how we are aware, how we use our energy, that Sayadaw U Tejaniya talks about. I call it the 50-50 teaching, and I'll explain a bit more about that later. But what he's getting at is that we are, particularly in life, and this is a practice that we are looking to take through daily life, out of formal practice into daily life. So in life, as well as meditation, we're often leaning forwards, leaning into the next moment, anticipating what's to come, especially when we're talking. I think we're just leaning forward, slightly off balance, a bit off center, a bit out of ourselves. And just in terms of a ratio, we're probably more like 90% out there. And there's 10% sort of left in here, able to notice what's going on. So we're not really quite at home to ourselves. And when we're like that, when we're off balance and out there, it is harder to be aware. As well as creating some strain, some tension in our being. When we're off balance, we can't quite settle in ourselves to have that natural, relaxed awareness. And often with that, we're trying to compensate in some way, sort of unconsciously trying to use more effort to find that balance. So it can be a little bit of a vicious circle. When we're leaning forwards, one thing that we're doing is we're often using more energy than we need to. So we're trying hard to maybe take in what somebody else is saying, trying hard to do something or to understand something, or a sort of greed in terms of what we're taking in. There's a desire to take in more. And in that desire, that's always a sign, desire, that we're relating to concepts rather than resting with the direct experience. We're relating to things. What is this thing that I can have more of, or understand more, get more out of? So it's a big part of why we settle back in this practice. We rest back to be in the whole body, to be balanced, to have a relaxed mind, and to be with our direct experience of what's actually happening, rather than our ideas and thinking about what's happening. So another, if you like, tool to that settle back, resting back, is to aim for 50-50. 50-50 in terms of our distribution of attention, of where the energy is, where the awareness is. Obviously, it's a metaphor, it's an approximate thing, it's not a scientific thing we can be very precise about, but it's a helpful way of looking. It can be. So in life, we could say that the internal 50% is just staying in touch with ourselves, staying in touch with some aspect, being aware of some aspect of our physical experience or mind experience. And the external, the 50%, is doing what we need to do. So we're not all with what we need to do, what we're trying to do. But of course, in meditation, it can be the other way around. We can find that we've got 90% inside, especially when we're trying to shut out visual impressions with the eyes closed. And we've set up some sort of aversive relationship to sound. We know sound as noise. That's always a good giveaway, isn't it? When we're thinking about noises rather than the much more sort of neutral sounds, and the fact that hearing is happening. So we can sort of go inwards through habit, and there are some practices that deliberately do, some more jhana-based practices do encourage that going in a very helpful way. But in this practice, we're not looking to go in order to develop that type of samadhi. We want a much more sort of open type of awareness and attention. So you could try 50-50, just using it as a little idea. And ideas they determine how we relate to something, how we see something. The ideas in the back of the mind. So you could try 50% sort of on mind processes, simply being aware. And then you've got maybe that sort of slightly more external 50% on the physical processes. So the seeing, or there's hearing, or there's touch sensations. There's a feeling of the body in space, that more open feeling. So you can just play with this. Maybe I'll lead the meditation a little bit oriented towards looking at energy, the type of effort that we're using, and that balance we're always looking to tune into between a sort of precision and attentiveness and the real relaxation and ease. So yeah, wanting both those elements to be supporting awareness. Okay, so if that's all I'll say, so if you'd like to set yourselves up for meditation, I shall stop the recording.